Welcome to Journey JavaFX. This is the season 2 episode number 32. I guess this is the last episode. In this episode, we are going to build the artifact and also build a batch file. And then, after that, we will be able to run it like anywhere. So no installation, no whatever, kind of requirement on the computer. So yeah, it's pretty cool. Let's get to it. So to build it, it's quite simple, but I just did a final check on my application. I found there was a logical error. So we need to create the table in our database first. Otherwise, the whole application will fail because basically the table is the core of this application, right? So I just add one line like this. So after this, everything is good. So now I'm going to share with you how to build an artifact. To do that is quite simple. Go to Files and Project Structure. I believe you are pretty familiar with this window. So before we were working on the library. So now we are looking at artifact. And click on the plus sign, jar, and then this with dependency. Click on it. This one we're asking for which main class we want to run at the first. So we should have this one populated. Click on OK, OK again. So IntelliJ is smart enough to add all those dependencies to our project. So then let's say apply and then OK to close the window. So now it's done. And then the configuration is done. We just need to say build and build artifacts. Click on the build again on this little pop-up. And then it's gonna take a little while, depends on your computer local condition, the computing power. After a while, it will say build completed successfully in whatever seconds. So now what we are going to do is we are going to our season 2 photo journey, our project root, and then season 2, and then out, looking for artifacts, subfolder again, and then copy this jar file. And then we go back all the way to the Java folder. It's kind of very root. And then I'm gonna create a new folder. Let's call it app season 2 demo. So instead of this, I'm gonna Control V to paste in the jar file, and then also copy paste this OpenJDK into our demo folder. All right, and also the Open Lab, looking for the JavaFX SDK. And then go back to demo folder, paste it here. So now we have all the stuff we need. The next thing is, okay, let me close this one, create a new one. This one say new file, new text file. I'm gonna call it app season 2-demo. And change the file extension into BAT. It's kind of a batch file, right? This is the thing we want to double click and run our application. So now I'm going to drag it into our notepad. Now it's blank, it's perfectly fine. Let's go back to IntelliJ. Do a run. Just like what we did all the time. So once this is open, we just close it, it's fine. Just to take a look at here, click on this thing to expand it. We're gonna make a copy of it. Control C, go back to Notepad, Control V. So now just to take a look at what exactly this thing is, right? So the first portion is kind of a Java executable. The second portion is more like telling Java where to find the JavaFX library, right? And then the third portion is very familiar. It's our VM config. The VM option, right? And then the part I'm gonna highlight from here all the way to the end, do a delete, and then I'm gonna put a jar, and then go back to our folder view, make a copy of the whole name, and then put it here. I'm probably gonna put it something like this. So now I'm gonna replace this part with a dot, and also replace this part with a dot. Basically, the dot means current folder, right? And yeah, now it's pretty ready to go. The thing, this one is the Java JVM thing, right? The engine. This one is the JavaFX library. This one is the VM option. So the jar means we are going to let java.exe to execute a jar file. And then where is the jar file? It's here, right? As simple as that. My cat is pretty naughty. Let's do a save and then go back to our demo folder, double click on it. Voila, our application is up running, right? But you may have a question, what is this? How about we close it? Yeah, it will close our whole thing. So how to fix it? Let's put a W after Java. Do a save, let's run again. Yeah, application comes up, let's close it. Nothing happened, application is still here. So to make the whole thing, it's not convenient to close the command window. So how about we do this? Start and do a save, and then come back to double click on this batch file. Yeah, no black window. We are happy, right? And now we have a problem. It's more like, say, why here is a kind of a blank thing instead of a logo, right? As you can see, my dashboard application has this kind of a little logo, even if it's too small, but it's still there, right? So now we are going to fix it. So just close it for now. Let's go back to our Java folder, our project folder, the season 2. I just find one of my logo like this one. I create a folder under our season 2 project folder, and then yeah, I put in the picture there. That one will be our logo. So now what we are going to do is go to the main class, the very bottom one, right? Going to here, we're gonna say something like this: stage dot set icon. No. Add. No. Stage dot get icons. Okay. So add. This one is asking for image. Let's say new image. So this part is a little tricky. Sometimes if we just pass in a image path string, it won't work. So what we're gonna do is like say Java season 2 is our class name dot class dot get source as stream. So in this way, it will guarantee, kind of thing. I'm not quite sure why we have to do this, but this is the way to make it work. And then I'm gonna say img is kind of our subfolder name. I'm gonna go there and copy paste the full name of it, and then paste it here. So now it should work. Let's run it. Yep, we get the logo here, right? So this works. Based on my research, sometimes if we don't use this part, Java has some difficulty to locate our image for some reason. I have no idea, but this is kind of the workaround. It works okay for me. So now I'm going to do something to our build artifact portion, right? Because we have a new component. We don't want to outsource the image to an external folder. Yeah, I prefer pack stuff into one artifact and then just have one less thing to manage, right? So go back to project structure, and under here I'm gonna say add directory content, and then I'm gonna select this image folder. So now when we build a artifact, this image will be included. I think it's pretty neat. Apply, close the window. Let's run this build again and say build. Take a little while. Yeah, this time takes like 3 seconds. So now let's go to our season 2 folder, out, artifact. Again, copy this one all the way to our demo folder, replace this thing. All right, so let's double click on it. Yes, we have the application up running with the logo on the top. So I think the whole project is complete. Even though we don't have the best UI design, but it's functional, right? And the design is kind of pretty, personal preference. But for me, I'm more focusing on the function part. But of course, for the UI, when I'm kind of using this tool, I'm gonna rearrange them in the way I like. Just it's kind of a long-term thing. But for now, my goal is just to make it functional, right? And we just did it. If you follow me this long, well, 32 episodes, it's a lot more than what I anticipated. So if you find one thing is interesting, useful, or informative, I would consider that as a big success. Yeah, for now, I don't have a plan for season 3, but for sure, if I have something new, and of course, I'm gonna create a season 3 to share all the techniques I learned with all of you. Yeah, so tomorrow is Christmas Eve. Oh no, now is already the Christmas Eve, December 24th. It's kind of early in the morning. I would say I wish all of you Merry Christmas and of course Happy New Year. I hope 2022 will be a better year. We can be free as we used to be. And yeah, wish you all the best. Thanks for watching.